The new moon total solar eclipse is bringing us a time of profound transformation and new beginnings. Hey y'all, I'm Jasmeen, the owner of House of Chiron Astrology and Reiki, and I make the language of astrology digestible for all of y'all. So if you are new to my channel, hello there and welcome in. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you will not miss anything that I upload, like all of these videos here. Okay, we dive deep into the astrological gossip, okay, every month, several times a month. So you do not want to miss that. But if you are in fact returning, welcome back, welcome home. I hope y'all are ready. We're going to be diving deep into this total solar eclipse energy that happens at 19 degrees Aries on April 8th. All right. So if you are in fact new here, just kind of give you an idea of how we do things. In the very beginning, of course, I introduce myself and all that good stuff, but I also go into a general overview of what this energy is going to be bringing us for, whether it's a collective energy or individual energy. I go over both of those. And then later on, I go over what this means for you by your sun, moon, and or rising sign. And once that happens, I'll tell you how to listen for the appropriate reading, okay? Now, let's just dive right on in. I'll save the announcements for later on in the video, but right now, let's just talk about this new moon total solar eclipse at 19 degrees Aries. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be a time of profound change and new beginnings, right? This eclipse is joining together with Chiron, Mercury, and North Node, which are all in the sign of Aries. And so this is really underscoring the themes of healing, communication, as well as our destiny. It's urging us to embrace change and follow our true path with courage and authenticity. It's really telling us like, hey, you have not been who you are. You are being what society tells you that you should be, and you need to not do that. You need to be more of you, be you. So it's going to be bringing up these themes. It's also going to be bringing up that Chiron energy of the deep-seated wounds and the healing that's necessary. And Mercury is about our perception, but it's also about our communication. The North Node is about our destiny and what it is that we are trying to obtain right now, something new. So, like I said, it's happening on April 8th. And this what I like to call a gateway to transformation. That's what this is. And it's really an extraordinary event. Okay. So new moon is a total solar eclipse. So let's just, dive right on into that. So this is probably, no, this is not probably, this is the most important astrological event of 2024. So it's not just, a regular moon. This is like a new moon ramped up on steroids, that drunk and energy drink, and some more stuff, right? It's really intense, really potent energy. And it's in the sign of Aries, so it's already high on energy, right? So, like I said, it's really going to be a harbinger, harboring, what am I saying? It's really going to be harboring transformation and change as well as new beginnings in our life. And the alignment with Aries is like joining that Chiron, Mercury, and North Node energy. So it's bringing forth that intense energy that we need for healing, communication, destiny, obtaining our purpose. So it's really telling us to embrace change and do so courageously and authentically. Do it on your own accord. Do it how you want to do it. Step into your true path and pioneer these new uncharted territories in your life on your own terms, on your own accord, right? So with this astrology and the implications that it has, it's all about assertiveness, healing, and personal power. So Aries is the first zodiac of, or the first sign of the zodiac. So this has a lot to do with initiation and action, starting something. It's about leadership. It's about our identity, our self-image. It's about our personal power, confidence, and this eclipse energy is being present in this fiery sign. It's igniting a strong impulse towards asserting our individuality and reclaiming our personal power. So it's encouraging us to lead in our lives, take the lead in our lives, pursue our desires in a bold fashion, initiate self-discovery and what that journey looks like, start that journey. It's also in that conjunction with Chiron. So it's highlighting the healing of old wounds and traumas. And that's emphasizing a lot of self-reflection that's necessary and kind of mending the relationship that we have with ourselves, right? As well as others, but more so about the relationship we have with ourselves, because first and foremost, Aries, it's about the self. It's the self, it's the identity, it's the ruler of the first house, which is about your self-image. It's you, it's all about you. And, there's no relationship with other people that are healthy if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself also, right? So those things kind of tie hand in hand. And as long as we are focusing on ourselves, our self-image, and we are mending that relationship with ourselves, we are going to improve the relationship that we have with others. Now, Mercury's involvement here is really underscoring the need for clear and effective communication of what is true, as well as what our boundaries are. Okay, so the North Node in Destiny is going to be key themes here. Okay, and so it's about embracing our future direction. And like I said, the North Node is very primal, it's very instinctual. It is our subconscious motivations. It's what we become obsessed with obtaining. Whereas the South Node is what is familiar. It's what we are, leaving behind. We've taken the lessons from the South Node energy, we're applying it to the current, so that way we can achieve the North Node energy, which is about newness. So this eclipse is really signaling that choice of the choice and changes that we are needing to make at this time, and how critical it is in shaping our future. So it reminds us that we are being steered towards a higher purpose. We are being steered towards embracing our higher self with the transformative energy of this eclipse. All right, and it's likely to bring forth new paths and new opportunities, and also new insights that align more closely with our soul's mission and who it is that we are at a core level, right? It's our identity. Can you tell that Mercury is retrograde? You can. I'm sure you can, because I stumble over my words. Being a Gemini, that's what I do. All right, so anywho, now let's talk a little bit about the global impact of this eclipse, and also the personal growth opportunities that this is going to have for us. So the eclipse's path is going straight across the US, right? And this is signifying a broad impact on the collective consciousness as well as societal structures. So particularly for those who are who have significant placements in the cardinal signs, so Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, anywhere between 14 and 24 degrees. But if we want to stretch it a little bit, I would say anywhere from 10 to 27 degrees. So those are middle degrees of the cardinal energy. And also if you have any personal planets, so this could be your sun, moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, so on and so forth. But also if this energy is impacting your ascendant, your descendant, your midheaven, or your IC lines, like exact, right? So you're really going to feel it if you have any of those things that resonate with you. So setting intentions, like I said previously, this is a new moon. Yes, it's a new moon, but it's a new moon choked up on steroids and all kinds of stuff. And it's really intense and it's really powerful. So setting intentions, I say, yeah, you can set your intentions. However, it's very karmic and it's very fated. So these are things that we don't even know that we need for ourselves. It's just going to be destined in that they are happening, because it is literally on the North Node. And the North Node is our future motivations. It's also our future, like I said, our destiny, what we are here to obtain. And sometimes with these eclipse energies, things are just out of your control. So it's very important that you are paying attention, that you are careful with what you set intentions for, because it can manifest in a chaotic way or a very unexpected way. So it's, in my personal opinion, you can do what you want, but in my personal opinion, I say, allow the universe to guide you where it is telling you that you need to go. Sometimes having control over every little bit, every little detail, it's not beneficial. So just allow the energy. I would just say, be in alignment with the Aries energy of assertiveness, independence, leadership, focusing on yourself, whether it's healing, doing something active, something like that. Being in alignment with the Aries energy will be helpful and help you navigate this powerful and intense eclipse that we have. Okay. Now, however, given the unpredictable nature of this eclipse, like I said, it's best that you stay open and adaptable because that is highly crucial, okay? Now let's talk a little bit about Chiron and how it's playing a role here, okay? So Chiron, healing and acceptance. Chiron is in the mix, and this eclipse is going to be exposing our deepest wounds and our vulnerabilities, and it's offering us a chance to kind of confront and clear out what's been holding us back. You know, these themes that have happened from like the middle towards the end of February 2024 are going to resurface, right? Particularly related to health or psychological healing, maybe even conflict and confrontation, anything from like the end of February, middle to the end of February, that could be resurfacing, and it could be marking a period for moving beyond, you know, this past pain or these past influences into a new reality. Okay, it's like, hey, that pain really doesn't affect me the way that it once did, or I'm not as triggered to that confrontation as I once was, and being able to just kind of move beyond it. Okay. Now, also, like I said previously, there are several different things happening here. Now, Mars is the dispositor of this eclipse. Okay. Now, when I say dispositor, I mean ruler. Just a astrological term for ruler, I guess you can say. So Mars and Saturn are here. So Mars and Saturn are both the malefic planets in astrology. So with Mars being present in a conjunction with Saturn in the sign of Pisces, this is about overcoming challenges, but also this is a possibility for confrontations and obstacles coming to the surface, right? This is a high potential for this energy. So there might be some unexpected obstacles, and that can bring some frustrations. You might be feeling blocks, you know, things that you're trying to initiate and do. You might get could be also like a stalemate energy, also something that you are trying to do, or something that you're hoping for it to kind of come out in a certain way. It could just kind of be like a toss up kind of energy. Now, the planetary alignment also suggests that while we may face unexpected roadblocks, the overall direction is towards healing and also empowerment, you know, with these challenges, regardless that these challenges are present. And also with it being the energy of Mars and Saturn, keep in mind that, you know, Mars is the planet of aggression and war, you know, it's the god of war. It's Aries energy, it rules Aries. And so there might be some issues when we have like topics surrounding war or topics surrounding other, you know, worldly conflict that could be coming up. During the time of the previous eclipses, I was going to get into this in a little bit, but the previous eclipses that we had at the end of, or the fall of 2023, that was during the time of the Palestinian war and conflict that started happening. So we might see more of this energy kind of ramp back up. Okay. Now, like I said about eclipses, just a little hint on how the eclipses work. They are varied in their potency. So their energy comes highs and lows is very different. So they're transformative by nature, and solar eclipses, particularly total ones like the one, this is a total solar eclipse. These are among the most potent. Now, the eclipse's trajectory is happening across North America, and its conjunction with the North Node is pointing towards a significant change and transition, especially for those that are directly impacted by its path. So I'm going to show a little picture of it, but the one that we had previously in 2023, the fall of 2023, went directly through the North America and right through Texas, right? And so this one is going in the opposite direction. It's creating this X in its path. And so the focus, and it's right here in Texas. And so that's where I am in Texas. So I feel like the people that are in that direct path or direct alignment is going to really feel it intensely. And the focus is on Aries, right? That Aries energy intensifies its effect on leadership, government and governance, control, people that are in positions of power. And so these are going to be potentially like the shifts that we see in this area. So, you know, there's a lot of things going on government wise and politically wise when it comes to like Texas and the US, and then just the US in general and its whole governance issues that it's having. Okay. So kind of keep that in mind as you are like understanding and navigating this energy. We can probably see some major changes and transformations that are happening when it comes to positions of leadership, when it comes to the government and how things have been and how things are going to be going in the future. So some things to kind of look forward to, right? So reflecting on the annular solar eclipse of 2023, the one that we had towards the fall. And you think about what's happening now, like I was previously mentioning how I went over Texas, and this event is really going to be marking significant crossroads, literally. Crossroads is how it looks. So it's hinting at future changes, particularly for Texas and the US at large, really. But it also can indicate the reversal of energies from the previous eclipse. So think back to what was going on during that time, the fall. So just say September, October of 2023. Think about what was happening in your life on a personal level, and you can see that it's possibly that it could be the same, if not the complete opposite of that energy from that time, whatever was going on during that time. So the reversal of those energies from the previous eclipse, right? And that could be kind of coupled with this Aries association of conflict. So maybe it's not going to be a conflict, maybe it will be. I'm not sure. It all depends. It could also just kind of be a toss-up kind of energy. So it's really suggesting a period of heightened tensions and transformative shifts on a personal and a collective level. So that is what I have. All right. Now, this new moon total solar eclipse, like I said, it's bringing transformation to each zodiac sign in its own way. So before we dive into the readings for all 12 signs, I have a few quick announcements. All right, first and foremost, we do have our astrology and our Reiki sessions that are still open and available. We do only a certain amount per month. So it's first come, first serve. Once they are sold out, then they are done. They are available on the website right now, just kind of restocked everything. So go on there and, get your reading that is available, get your Reiki session that is also available. Also, we have the House of Chiron astrology merch. So we have the Astro and Afros. We also have the Cosmically Locked t-shirts. We have hats, beanies, tote bags, House of Chiron, merch. All of those things are readily available at the description box below. You can navigate to my website and get yours today, whether it's your reading, whether it is your Reiki session, you want to do some energy healing during the time or around the time of this eclipse. I'm saying might be helpful, okay? So yeah, let's just dive into that. What else do I have? Also, if you go to my website, you will see that there's a free cheat sheet PDF guide where you can kind of use to follow along with me when I'm spitting out all this language. I have made it very easily to digest. There's about 30 pages of free information. You just gotta give me your email and you will get that email directly to you, where you can download that ebook. Basically, that's what it is, the ebook that I created. So by all means, go ahead and get that. And yeah, outside of that, I don't have any other announcements. So let's just dive right on into the energy for all 12 signs, okay? Now, this is going to be affecting every sign in a different way. And so remember, it's conjuncting Chiron, Mercury in the North Node, but also highlighting themes from Saturn and Mars, which is the ruler of this moon. Okay. And it's all about healing, communication, destiny, and what it is that we need to assert, when it comes to our identities, and also releasing blockages or asserting boundaries, right? So keep that in mind. Now, just to kind of give you an overview of how to listen for your sign to get the best reading for you, make sure you are listening to all three: your sun, your moon, and your rising sign reads, okay? Your rising is going to be first and primary. That is going to be the most accurate reading for your sign. It is directly reflecting what is currently going on in your life in a certain particular area of your life. Second is going to be your sun sign. That directly reflects your focus, your goals, maybe even your career. And last but not least will be your moon sign. That is more subjective. It is internal. It's about your home and family life, maybe your current living situations. It also could be more so in alignment to your emotional state, okay? Now, starting off with Aries. It is your sign. It is your eclipse, okay? Aries, sun, moon, and rising. This eclipse, this total solar eclipse is happening in your first house. So the theme is identity and self-initiation. All right, so Aries, this eclipse illuminates your first house of the self, marking a profound rebirth in your personal identity and your appearance. The conjunction that's happening with Chiron is urging you to heal your self-doubts, and Mercury is enhancing your self-expression. Maybe going through a rebrand because Mercury is also retrograde during the time of this eclipse. So you could be rebranding how you see yourself, how you show up. And then the North Node's influence is really pointing you towards personal development, who it is that you want to be, how you want to show up, in the future. Who do you see yourself as? Who do you really truly connect with on the inside of you being whoever it is that you are? Who are you internally, right? So really embrace this cycle of profound self-discovery and assert your individuality with courage. Don't be scared, okay? Now, for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, this total eclipse is happening in your 12th house, all right? So the theme about this one is spiritual insight and inner work. It's so interesting because I'm a Taurus rising, and look what book I'm currently reading. All right, whatever. So I didn't even realize when I wrote this that's what the theme was going to be. Wow. So anywho, it's about the inner work. So Taurus, this eclipse is activating the 12th house, which is the house of spirituality, the house of creativity and healing. And it's really encouraging deep introspection and also release, right? The 12th house also represents seclusion and isolation. So you might find yourself wanting to go on a retreat or to spend time to yourself or even sleep. The 12th house is about sleep. I know that's what I've been needing, some sleep. So there's that. Now with Chiron's influence, it's also confronting past wounds that are related to isolation or secrets. So kind of like bringing that up to the surface and then letting certain things go. It could be subconscious things because the 12th house is about your subconscious as well. And so Mercury is inviting introspective thoughts and plans and also creating things, working on something behind the scenes, while the North Node is guiding you towards spiritual growth and then seeking solitude and embracing those hidden parts of yourself, right? Who it is that you are when no one is watching, and then just being that all the time. That's that. All right. So for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, the theme of this total eclipse is community and future vision, right? So it's happening in your 11th house. So it's in your 11th house, which is about hopes and dreams, material gains, friendships, and networking circles. So it's highlighting your role within communities and long-term aspirations. So Chiron's presence really suggests the healing in friendships, while Mercury is fostering open dialogue to have that healing. And then the North Node is here nudging you and pushing you towards realizing what your dreams are and how to actualize those things. So reevaluate your goals and how your community can support you in your journey in achieving these things, okay? So for Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 10th house. So the theme for you is career and your public status. So this is the career, public status, your responsibilities to the world. So it's signaling a significant shift in your professional life as well as your public image. So Chiron's influence here is encouraging overcoming those career-related vulnerabilities and fears and wounds and the trauma that you've had. And also Mercury is improving your professional communication, being able to say what you want and be assertive and go after that position that you desire. And the North Node is really focusing on your career advancement. So it's putting you in that position of where you need to be and where you're trying to go and where you're supposed to be, really. So embrace the new opportunities that are going to be coming through. And that's really a reflection of your true ambitions, all right? So for Leo, sun, moon, and rising, this total solar eclipse is happening in your 9th house. So the theme for you is going to be belief and expansion, okay? So it's in your 9th house of beliefs, adventure, long distance journeys and travel, higher education. So it's urging you to explore new philosophies, maybe travel, maybe dive into new educational pursuits. And then with Chiron being here, it's helping you heal those limiting beliefs, right? And then Mercury is here, and it has a lot to do with opening your mind to new ideas. And then the North Node is here, kind of like steering you on a path towards expansion and embracing something new, right? So breaking free from what is familiar, so that way you can explore the world that is really beyond your boundaries and beyond your common horizons, okay? Now for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, this total eclipse is happening in your 8th house. So the theme for you is transformation and intimacy. So with it being in the 8th house, it's transformation. It's also psychological things. It's also intimacy. It's shared resources. It's about your joint finances. It's about debt, right? Whether it's karmic debt or actual debt. Right. So it's really beckoning you to have deep emotional exchanges and personal metamorphosis, not only with yourself, but with other people, right? Changing your financial situation. Maybe there's going to be a major change in your partner's finances, okay, at this time, because the 8th house is also partner's finances. It also could be, you know, a major change or a new beginning towards releasing debt or acquiring good debt, healthy debt, you know, maybe to buy a house or something like that. So Chiron is here and it's inviting healing and intimacy. Mercury is really here to facilitate those candid conversations about what, you know, your vulnerabilities are and having healing conversations. Maybe this is a wonderful time for you to seek psychotherapy, talk to a trusted friend that is a psychotherapist, you know, something like that. Also, the North Node is here and it's kind of pushing you and propelling you towards embracing change and letting go of what no longer serves you when it comes to making new ways for intimacy and your financial status, as well as just its growth in general, right? So Libra, sun, moon, and rising, this total eclipse is happening in your 7th house. So the theme for you is going to be relationships and agreements, okay? So Libra, this is the house of commitments, relationships, and this relationships of all kinds. It's not just, you know, marriage and partnerships, but it's relationships like with your best friend or business partnerships. So it's spotlighting those partnerships and those contracts that we make, right? And not just contracts that you sign on the dotted line, but just the soul contracts that we make also, the commitments that we make to just various things. And Chiron is encouraging us to heal relationships, right? Whatever relationship wounds that we have. Mercury is really aiding in clear communication. And then the North Node is here kind of pointing you towards fulfilling those partnerships that you desire, what they look like and what you desire to feel while you're in those partnerships. Now, this is also a reflection on your relationship needs and is asking you to kind of like reevaluate what those things are, especially with Mercury being retrograde here in your 7th house also. And then, you know, commit yourself to partnerships that truly resonate with who it is that you are and your deepest soul expression. All right. So for Scorpio, this is happening in your 6th house. So the theme for you is health and service. So Scorpio, health, your daily routines, also the work and your employees, the people you work with. So it's urging you to reevaluate your wellness habits, right? And also the service that you provide to others. Are you sacrificing your health so you can serve others? That's also a question that you can ask yourself. Chiron is really highlighting and healing, you know, those routines that you have. And this could be a new opportunity for work that's coming in, you know, new work, new lines of work that's manifesting over, you know, now over the next couple of months. And Mercury is really suggesting you to rethink your daily habits, okay? Rethink how you are going about your health routines. And then the North Node is directing you towards a balanced lifestyle in work, health, daily habits, so on and so forth. So it's a lot to do with prioritizing your well-being and also finding joy in what you do, serving others, okay, as well as serving yourself. So for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 5th house. So the theme for this is creativity and joy. Okay, the 5th house also represents children, creativity, you know, pleasure. It's about taking risks. It's about romance, you know, romantic situations, creative self-expression. So it's inviting more of that into your life. And Chiron is helping you heal those issues that's blocking your creativity, right? So Mercury is fostering those open-hearted communications that's necessary right now, and also helping you kind of create plans to be creative, giving you creative ideas. And then the North Node is inspiring you to chase your passions. What are your heart's desires? Going after the romance of life, right? And embracing whatever makes your heart sing. All right. So for Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 4th house, right? So this is the house of, you know, home and family. So that's going to be your theme, right? So this is the home and the foundations. And so this is really signaling profound changes in your domestic sphere, right? Your emotional capacity, your emotional foundations. And so Chiron is really aiding in healing family wounds, right? And so Mercury also is encouraging heartfelt conversations at home. Maybe you're planning on remodeling your home. Maybe you just moved, maybe you just got a home, or maybe you just moved to a new location or a new neighborhood, and now you're needing to plan some things. Also, the North Node here is focusing on building security. Whether it's, a sense of safety in your home and nurturing your home, making your home feel like a nurturing space, or even just nurturing your roots so that way you can grow your future. Okay. So now moving on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your third house. So the theme here is about communication and learning, right? It's about your immediate environment. It's about transportation and travel. It's about, not just communicating. It's also about like your siblings and small business if you're a small business owner. Okay. So this is highlighting new opportunities to learn things as well as make exchanges. And so Chiron's influence here is helping to overcome communication barriers, right? Mercury is enhancing your ability to articulate ideas and also kind of create new ideas. And then the North Node is here and it's guiding you towards, knowledge that aligns with your destiny, okay? So kind of sharing your thoughts and boldly and listening to yourself, in an active way, right? So kind of like sharing who you are and just really expressing yourself, okay? Now, last but not least, we have Pisces. This is happening in your second house. So the theme here is about values and your resources. It's about income that you make for yourself. It's about, those partnerships that you desire. Now, it's in the house of values and possessions. So it's urging you to reassess what truly matters to you, right? Chiron facilitates healing around self-worth and finances. So Mercury is really aiding in practical decision making. And then the North Node is really pushing you towards cultivating those resources that support your soul's purpose. Right. So it's embracing changes that really reflect your true values. Okay. So making sure that you are in alignment with that. And this is a new beginning that's going to be kind of panning out over the next 6 months, if not longer. All right. So that is all that I have for all 12 signs reading. So I hope that was beneficial and helpful for you all. Make sure that you are just going with the flow and embracing change and remaining open to what's coming for you, okay, during this time. All right. Now, last but not least, just kind of wrapping up everything. Make sure you hit the description box so you can get your readings. So you can also get your Reiki sessions. You can get your House of Chiron merch. All of that information is down in the description box below. And I look forward to connecting with y'all. Happy new moon, total solar eclipse that happens in Aries on the 8th. Y'all have a wonderful time.